guys, welcome back to my channel. Welcome if you are new. My name is Heather. I'm a homeschooling mom of 3 kids, elementary, middle/high school, and high school age. We are entering our 13th year homeschooling this year. Today, I'm going to be sharing with you my monthly planner launch purchase unboxing from Erin Condren. I just got 2 things. One is the monthly planner, which I've talked about in several videos lately about how I'm planning to use that for financial planning. So I'm going to do a full walkthrough and review and share how I plan to use this monthly planner for financial planning. And then also I get the metallic Deskpad, which I use as part of my family command center, and I will chat about that as well. So I'm going to turn the camera around and go through these new products with you. Okay, I'm going to preface this part of the video by saying that I sat down and filmed a whole review and walkthrough and everything that I plan to do with the monthly planner, but I had not pressed record on my camera. So this is the second time I'll be going through this, but hopefully I will still have the same amount of enthusiasm and remember to say everything that I need to. So I did just get 2 things from the monthly planner launch, which I got this 8.5 by 11 monthly planner, which I will go through in just a minute. But the first thing that I'm going to talk about is this metallic monthly Deskpad. It is, I think, a 17-month. Yes, it's 17 months and it's giant. It is a Deskpad. You know, typically people would just have it on their desk. It has these little plastic corner protectors, but I use this as my big family calendar in my command center in my kitchen. And I've been using this as long as I have known about them having this Deskpad. I think maybe the first one that I got was 2016 or 2017, and I absolutely love it. It could have been 2018. All of the years run together now. If you watch any of my monthly reset videos or my planning days, you will know that this is a big part of that. I will sit down and write out everything that is going on in our family for the month. And it is all color coded as well. In fact, I will leave a link for my last monthly reset day so that you can see kind of how I do things. But essentially what I do is I just write everything down. Everybody has a color. This, I do use some little icon stickers, and I actually really like the stickers that come with this calendar. There's really, really pretty stickers. These are all gold foil accents. Sometimes they're rose gold, sometimes they are silver accents, but this year they are all gold. You can't see the stickers down here. I know it's not in frame, but they do have stickers for, let's see if I can see that. Customize your calendar with the enhanced sticker sheet, Heritage and Awareness Days, months and observances, if you'd like to include any of those on your calendar. I tend to white out the majority of the holidays on here in favor of just having what is completely applicable to my family. Again, I do color code everybody, including my dog. So when she needs her medicine or has appointments or whatnot, everything is on here. Days off, meetings that I have in the evenings, kids' activities, things that are going on out of the house. My family, my kids really like to know what's going on, and this means that they're not constantly asking me because they can just look at the calendar and read it for themselves. Over here, I do tend to write bigger projects that I'm working on with my husband that we've talked about, and I just put it here as a reminder. He's not like a paper and pen kind of person the way that I am. So each month is a different color. For the foil accent, it does have the next month as a little mini monthly calendar somewhere, either up in the Sunday corner or down in the Saturday corner. And I get a new one every year. I love it. It just, obviously you can have it as a Deskpad. I like the amount of space available. It's quite large. I don't even know what the measurements are, but it is really large. Okay, it says that it's 19 by 12 inches. So obviously, I mean, it's a Deskpad size, but I really like it. The paper quality is that really nice thick quality. You can use markers on here. It doesn't go through. Everything is really, really nice. And this is a very big part of how I stay organized throughout the month. I don't write things ahead of time on this calendar. I just do 1 month at a time on my monthly reset day, and then if there are things that come up during the month, I will write them on this calendar. But if it's for future months, it just goes into my life planner, which is right here. I'll be using the Inspire Life Planner for next year, and everything like future planning goes into this monthly calendar. Or if I'm away, I do have like a little pocket calendar that I keep in my purse if I'm writing down appointments or whatever at the doctor's office. All right, so then the next thing that I got is the monthly planner. This is a 12-month planner. I had it start in July. I got the Wildflowers version. This year is it's the first time that I haven't gotten a rose gold coil since that was an option. So that is a little bit different for me to get a silver coil, but I have had so many rose gold coils, and actually this is my monthly planner that I got right at the end. This is from last year, and it's the colorful, what did they call this? Harmony Colorful version. But I got this like on a super deep discount because I was trying to figure out my monthly planning. And this one I did get on a rose gold coil because I got it at such a discount, so I can take this off and recoil if I want to. I don't know if I will or not. So all of my planners for 2023-2024 are in this Inspire design, except for this monthly planner. I will tell you why once we get to that section. So I chose this flower cover. I didn't think that there were that many cover options this year for the monthly planner that were different than the ones that I had already gotten for all of my other planners. I use multiple planners. So I wanted something different to show that this was my financial planner instead of my teacher planner, but in retrospect, my teacher planner has the multicolor coil, so the fact that this has a silver coil would have been a good indication of that. Anyways, so it does have the new dashboard pages on the front and back covers. One thing that I really wish they would change is I wish that they would put this barcode on the back cover, because I just don't like seeing this when I open up my planner. It is what it is. It's not really that big of a deal, and I don't really use these dashboard pages. You certainly can. Erin Condren does sell wet erase markers, and there are all kinds of different versions, different colors, etc. I do have some of these, and my kids use them on their whiteboard some, mainly Lucy. But if I were going to write on this or any type of page that has this plasticky coating, like a wet erase, dry erase page, I always use a Sharpie pen because I just feel like it doesn't smudge and it's not too difficult to get off. I will just use alcohol on a cotton ball and wipe it off, and it removes all the ink very easily. So I got the Wildflowers, like I said, and I absolutely love the Wildflowers design this year. It is so calming to me. Now, I got all of my planners in Inspire because I really liked the Inspire design from Etta V, but my oldest is going to be using an A5 compact vertical in the Wildflowers design, which I have a whole walkthrough of that and how she uses that for her high school homeschool planning if you're interested. But this is just so calming, and I thought this would be a good financial planner for me because it is calming and not super in your face, and I think that I kind of need that when I'm dealing with budgeting. So you open up to your mini monthly calendars, and you have 18 months. It goes July through December, just like all of the planners do. You could use this in a number of different ways. They do sell transparent dot stickers, and of course there are Etsy shops that do the same thing. I use a lot of transparent dot stickers in my teacher planner when I'm planning out different things for the year, days off or whatnot. So you could go through and put, you know, when bills are due or when you get paid or when big expenses are coming up or specific things that you only pay once a year or twice a year, you know, like car insurance or homeowner's insurance or getting your septic pumped or checking your well water or furnace cleaning, all of those types of things, you could easily color code it. You could either put like a little key up at the top, or you could use one of the little compliment cards that Erin Condren has that usually come with a life planner, and make a key and put it on one of those little clips so that you just have it in here, or you could use it for whatever you want. I don't know if I'm actually going to do anything with these pages. I don't really feel the need to map things out that way. Perhaps I will, but I'm just not sure. And the main reason is because I am going to use these 12 monthly boxes to write down the big purchases or the expenses that happen in that month that are, you know, not typical monthly bills or normal groceries or whatnot. Things like holidays, birthdays, back to school shopping, curriculum purchases, all of the aforementioned homeowners things like the homeowners insurance and testing our well water and septic pumping and all of those things. So just having a good understanding of what we have to pay in the different months so that I can make adjustments to our monthly budget, because we do zero-based budgeting, similar to what Dave Ramsey says. We, you know, want to give every dollar a name. However, most of, you know, I try and keep our budget pretty bare bones, and then anything left over I put just in a big savings. I don't have sinking funds necessarily. It's just all one big pot of, well, it's not that big, but it's just one account where I keep all of the money, but I haven't really separated it into sinking funds. That's something that maybe I will be able to figure out as we go through the year. I've talked a lot about my new financial planning and how I'm doing budgeting this year. It's not, the budgeting itself is not all that different, but the spend tracking is something that is very different than what I've typically done in the past. I'm really making sure that I am accounting for every single purchase and categorizing it into different spend categories, so that I have a really deep understanding of where our money is going. So instead of just having a food category, we have a groceries, and we have an eating out, and then we have a holidays. So if it's holiday related, like Christmas or Thanksgiving, it's going to come out of the holiday category, or a birthday, it will come out of the holiday category. If we're eating out just to go out to eat, it'll be put in the eating out category. If it's staples or regular groceries that we need just for the day-to-day, then it's going to come out of the grocery budget. So it's just a little bit different how we're managing those things, or how I am managing those things. So I'm just trying to really keep good track of everything that we're spending so that I can make a very true budget, as well as know where there are places that maybe we could rein in some spending so that we could save a little bit more money. There's not a whole lot of space for saving. You know, we don't overspend really in anything. We're not all that big into spending a ton of money. But you know, maybe not buy as many books for the kids or whatnot. So anyways, and then this next page is just a lined page before your monthly calendar. And this is where I'm going to be putting my budget. Now, I've gone through several different budget planning things or places to put my budget over the past 6 months or so. And what I realized is that I really do prefer to work out of a spreadsheet for my initial budgeting. And the reason is because I can play around with the numbers and use the formulas and do calculations, and it's a lot easier than writing it out and erasing it and rewriting it and changing things around. So originally, like in 1999, I created an Excel spreadsheet, and I've used that for budgeting. That has been my budgeting worksheet. Now, obviously it has had adjustments over the years. I've gotten married, we've had 3 kids, and things have changed. You know, we've moved house several times. So Things have changed, but kind of the setup was the same. However, this year when I started using the home planner from Passionate Penny Pincher, trying to use their budgeting sheets, that wasn't working, and I realized that I just needed to kind of revamp my spreadsheet. So I did that, and I kind of organized it differently so that I have like housing category, and anything relating to housing goes in that category. But then I'm also able to color code the different categories. Now, so what I'm going to do, instead of writing it out by hand, because I do still want to have access to this when I'm going through the month, especially with the spend tracking, to kind of just see how much I'm spending and make sure that we're on track with my budget categories without having to go into my computer. I'm going to just print out the budget worksheet on one of these 8.5 by 11 label stickers from Avery. I've had these for a while, and in fact, I think in one of my previous videos, I talked about wanting to do this and I couldn't find these stickers. I had put them in, you know, an actual folder with other supplies that I needed for printing and making file folders and such. So I did find these recently, and so that's what I'm going to do. The sheet that I made, I don't have to shrink down. However, if I find that I'm not using as many lines as I need to, probably in January, or, you know, towards the end of the year when they have their Black Friday sale, I will get a 7x9 monthly planner instead. But I did get the 8.5 by 11 just to make sure I have enough space. So I will print out, I'll do my budget in my Google Sheets or Excel spreadsheet. Then once I have it, I will print it out and on one of these stickers and just stick it in here. When I made that budget worksheet, I did shrink it down so that it could fit in the 7x9, so it does fit just fine. If that's something that you're interested in seeing or having available as like a printable, you can just let me know in the comments and I can adjust some things so that you could use it. It's budgeting. Using somebody else's budget worksheet is a little bit challenging. I've always had challenges using like the Dave Ramsey, what is it called? Like monthly cash flow plan, or the Budget Moms budget worksheets, because I have different things that I am tracking and different places where I'm spending money. We don't have natural gas up here, and that's always seems to be the heating option. Anyways, so I had to create something for myself. But if you're interested in seeing that, just let me know and I will see if I can pull something together without, you know, my personal information on it. So then you have your beautiful quotes page, and then you move into your monthly calendar. And this is where I will just obviously be keeping track of bills that need to be paid, money that's coming in, savings going out, when I'm paying specific things, if there are big purchases or birthdays or whatnot. All of that will go in this monthly calendar. And I actually, a couple of years ago, when I was using a monthly planner before, I did print out, or I did get some stickers from Planner Kate, because I had seen a couple of videos from Jen Plans, I think that's who it was. She was doing budgeting in a monthly planner from Erin Condren, and what she did is she had color coded all of her different categories, and so she would have like the date something was due, how much it was, and then a little box to check off, and she would put that in the monthly calendar. Now these colors don't really match up anymore, but I may still use them just to get things into the calendar itself, but we will see. I haven't set it up yet, but that is my thinking. And then this is the reason that I decided to choose the Wildflowers design instead of the Inspire design. In the Inspire design, obviously, this is the new monthly dashboard page for the monthly planner. I don't know if they're planning to change this in the life planner itself. They may in the future, but this is just in the monthly planner for the time being. But in the Inspire design, the design itself is over the boxes. And so the reason that I chose the Wildflowers is because the design is behind the boxes. And I really wanted to make sure that I had just white space to write out what I needed to. Now, I had different things that I was tracking in these boxes. I wasn't really using this section down here for my financial planning, but I did have some things up here. And so now they are definitely going to have to be adjusted because there's this goals box, important dates, important projects. Now, obviously, this could work great for financial planning because you can write your savings goals up here. You can write important dates like purchases that are happening that are kind of irregular, not your normal bills this month in this section. And then if you're working on projects or saving money for a particular project, or you have some sinking funds that you're working on, it could go in this section. And so I'm really excited about trying out this new dashboard page. This down here is not going to be something that I will use. There are 5 lines and then 32 dots for tracking of each thing, whatever you're doing. I guess if you were doing some sort of a savings tracker, or if you had some little savings challenges that you were doing, something like that would work well down here. Or if you're doing a no spend and you want to keep track of it that way, you could definitely use this section. I don't know if I will use this every month or not. Maybe in a few months I will figure out some way to use this, but for the time being, I don't really have anything. Now, the other interesting thing is that this monthly page, this dashboard page, is now on the left-hand side instead of the right-hand side. And I did think that that was a little different. It doesn't really matter to me all that much which side it is on. Then you move into another line page, and well, all of these are line pages up through the end. I think you have 10 pages or maybe 9 pages before your next month starts. So for this page, my primary purpose on this page is to have all of my spend tracking categories. I have 20 of them, and then writing down how much I spent in each category and then having a comparison for the previous month. And so this really just helps me figure out how much I'm spending each month, if I'm spending more in certain categories during certain months of the year, all of that kind of stuff. So I will list all of the spend categories. I will have the total for the current month. I will have last month's total, and then I will have a difference column. I'm undecided yet if I'm going to do a percentage difference, or if I will do a dollar amount difference, or if I will do both a percentage and a dollar amount. I am such a nerd when it comes to numbers, so that kind of stuff is a lot of fun for me. And essentially what it will do is it will give me a full year of how much I'm spending in the different categories for the end of the year when I'm trying to set up next year's budget, next year's savings goals, all of that kind of stuff. So hopefully that will work out well. I think that it will, because that's kind of what I've been doing in this monthly planner for the past couple of months. And then before that, I went back and forth between using my daily duo for financial planning and my weekly life planner for financial planning. But it's kind of been the same process since January. It's just been in different notebooks, trying to figure out which place to keep everything would be the best. I did start out the year in a binder, and I printed a bunch of different worksheets out from different financial people like Dave Ramsey, like the Budget Mom, like Passionate Penny Pincher, and then a bunch of stuff that I created for myself. And then I realized I really just need to do it for myself, because I feel like budgeting is so personal, financial planning is so personal, that something that works great for one person, you're still going to have to adjust it. And it was driving me insane to do all of the adjustments. Okay. Then the next section is just more lined pages, and the monthly planner has, like I said, 9 line pages. Yeah, it is 9 line pages. And then it moves to the next month, which this would be my budget for August. They used to have all of the line pages at the end of the planner, and you are still able to get, I think, up to 40 extra pages, and they could be lined or they could be the project pages that they have with like lines and a checklist. You might be able to get dot grid ones. I'm not sure. It might just be the lined or the project pages. But what I'm planning to use these pages for is I will have one page for the checking account, one page for cash, and then the remaining pages will be credit card spending. We tend to put all of our expenses on a credit card and pay it off each month. That's just what we do. I know that that is not what Dave Ramsey recommends, but that is what we have done, and we don't have credit card debt, so I'm not all that concerned about it. It's just easier for me to keep track of things that way. So I will write any expenses or spending that we do from the checking and any spending from cash, which at the moment is not any because I'm not taking out cash to use for any categories at the moment. But eventually, perhaps if we're moving into sinking funds or if we're moving into cash envelopes, then I would use this section as well. And then, so what I do essentially is I write the date, I write the purchased name, and then I write the category for the purchase. So for instance, June 17th, Shell oil, cars, because I'm getting gas, and then the amount. And then I will highlight it with the color that I use for the car category. At the beginning of the year, I bought some mild liners, and I had some Erin Condren dual tip markers that have this highlighter chisel tip on one side. I labeled them all with my label maker: eating out, giving, debt, personal, groceries, medical, entertainment, kids, miscellaneous, that's like activities and such, holidays, I don't know what else I have, homestead, our dog, homeschool, investing, wellness, household, all of those different categories. If you're interested in seeing a breakdown of the categories that I'm tracking, let me know and I can share that with you. I don't have my tracking sheet right in front of me. I'm not actually sure where it is at the moment because I was moving things out of my binder into this monthly planner, but that one got misplaced. And I don't really need it because all of these are labeled, and at this point I kind of know which color to reach for. So that's what I'm going to do. Have a checking page, and I will do all of the spend tracking and color coding on this, and the same with the cash, and then with the credit card. And then at the end of the month, I total each category up for each account, like the credit card, cash, and checking. And then I will total all of those up and put them here for the current month, how much we spent in each category. And then that's just how it's going to go through each month. I'll have the printable budget. Again, it will just be the budget category, the amount that I'm budgeting, and then I will have an actual column which I will physically write the number in, and then I will also write that in my spreadsheet so that I have that in a spreadsheet as well. And I will just print that out. Again, if I end up going to a 7x9, because like I said, I probably do not need all of these lines for spend tracking. I could probably use a 7x9 planner and it would be plenty, but I did want to just have the 8.5x11 just in case, give myself the extra room to start. And then, like I said, I will most likely purchase a new monthly planner because I did get this one July through June because I wanted it to start in July so that I could start using it now. But I may end up getting a new one in November, December, depending on sales that Erin Condren is having for January through December next year. So I will just go through the monthly calendars so that you can see the design. It is very pretty. I do really like this new dashboard page. And again, I really like that in the wildflowers design, it is behind these boxes. And I kind of wish that they would do that with the Inspire design or any of their colorful design that they come out with each year. It's always on top of these boxes and it's very pretty, but I would love to see it behind the boxes the way that they've done the wildflowers. So this is August, and then we move into September, which is very pretty. And then we're moving into October. And one thing that I wanted to mention is that it looks like my pages are, my calendar pages, this page is blurry. Now I know that they had a lot of trouble, both my my Inspire Life Planner and my Inspire Teacher Planner both had the same issue of blurriness on this left calendar page. I don't know if you can tell in the video itself, it's definitely blurry compared to this. Like this is very crisp, whereas this is blurry. And I was wondering if it was because this is a thicker page than this, if it just kind of slipped when they were printing, because this page, even though the paper is very thick, this is like a cardstock page for the first calendar and for this divider page. So we have October left-hand side is blurry, and honestly, I don't want to take the time to have them replace it. I'm not sure it's going to matter that much. November is blurry, but this is not blurry, so that's good. At least it's not the dashboard page as well. Then we get to December. This part is not blurry, but this definitely is on this side. Okay, so December. January is also blurry. Then we move into February. This is blurry. March is blurry, but a little less blurry than some of the other pages. Then we move to April. April is also blurry. May is kind of blurry. I mean, it doesn't, okay, so the blurriness, it doesn't look too bad. I obviously wear glasses, my vision is horrible, but I can tell this is so much more crisp than this. In the grand scheme of things, it doesn't really bother me that much, but with the cost of the planner itself, it is something that I will contact them about, because I just, for the cost of the planner, I don't think that it should be blurry. Then this is the May dashboard page. Then we move into June. June is also a little blurry. And then this is supposed to be a 12-month planner, but I do actually have July. So I wonder if they now have it as a 13-month planner. This one is a little blurry, but not as blurry as some of the other months were. So yes, it does give a July full month, which is really cool. And then all of your pages, the 10 line pages afterwards, which is great. Then you move into the Heritage and Awareness observances, and then the 2025 future planning, which I know that this planner goes to July 2024, but to think about 2025 is not something that I've really considered all that much. And actually, is this the same? Yep, 2025 future planning. I can't really think about it at the moment. And then you do have 2 pages of label stickers in these beautiful wildflowers colors. They're very muted. I don't use these a ton, but they are nice to have in the back of the planner if you want to label certain sections. You have 2 sheets of label stickers, and then you have this beautiful lilac folder, which fits a ton of stuff. And then again, your new dashboard page in the back of the new front and back covers. So that is the monthly planner, the Wildflowers version, and how I plan to use it as my financial planner for the coming months, and obviously once I get it set up and things are more settled in it, I will definitely share it with you. We are coming up to the end of June at the moment, so I will be setting up all of my new planners probably during my June monthly reset day, which is in a couple of weeks. So that is very exciting. I hope that this video was helpful for you. If you have questions about anything that I talked about with regards to budgeting and financial planning, please leave me a comment or you can email me. I love it when you guys email me. My contact form is always in the description box. And if you have questions about anything else that I talked about, just let me know. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and I will see you in the next one. Thanks guys. Bye.